FEMA is already mobilized this morning to respond to Hurricane Irma. The agency has delivered 2.4 million meals and nearly 1.5 million liters of water to Florida. The agency is making similar preparations in Alabama and Georgia, which are also in Irma's path. FEMA Administrator Brock Long is with us from FEMA's National Response Coordination Center in Washington. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Thank you for doing this morning. Look at this damage so far and put it in terms of how bad is the devastation as you see it, and how it might have been much worse. Give us the context.
Yep. So clearly the event's not over. In some cases, the backside of the storm, the east side of the storm is pushing water into parts of Jacksonville, Florida, and up the coast of Georgia and South Carolina today. We're also anticipating a lot of inland rainfall in Georgia, so the event's not over. But overnight, as we work with our state and local partners to conduct impact assessments, obviously Monroe County and the Keys, Collier County took the brunt of the hit with the storm surge that was there.
And go ahead.
How many people do you have in shelters in the state of Florida?
The last I checked, it was well over 200,000. It's hard for me to keep up with all the numbers right now because it's a moving target, but it was over 200,000. I believe we have nearly 6 million without power as we anticipated. So it's going to be a long, frustrating event for Floridians.
I know everybody needs to pack their patience, Brock, with these back-to-back disasters. First Harvey, now Irma, and now Jose waiting on deck. How much is it straining your financial and your physical resources of your team?
So regarding the finances, the communication lines with the Congress, the White House, and Homeland Security are strong, and they're going to continue to give us the enduring authority to push forward on the money front. Regarding staffing and resources, obviously two big events like this, staffing resources are strained, but we have great contingency plans in place with our Department of Defense friends, and we'll stand by and be ready to support other disasters as they come. And while we're focused on Florida, let's don't forget our friends in the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico as well. So we're still, managing some complex missions out there as well.
You had a teleconference, I think, with the president, the vice president, and other officials. Is it fair to say that the federal government is standing by to do what is necessary?
Absolutely. The president and the vice president have been fully engaged. The vice president spent nearly 2 hours with us yesterday here at the National Response Coordination Center. I'll be briefing the president directly a little later this morning. And we're in great communication with Governor Scott. I talk to him probably twice daily just to make sure we understand his operational priorities and how best to support them.
Can you put a price tag on this? How much is it going to cost?
Yeah, not yet. Not yet. It's really hard to do. And the way that this works is that we'll be granting money to help, help Florida and other states recover for many years. It's not only just the response money, but assistance from FEMA will come in the form of post-disaster mitigation funding as well to hopefully not rebuild to the same standard, but to harden facilities and become more resilient so that, what was knocked out this time is not knocked out next time.
Yeah. Administrator, I was interested to know that FEMA has also started a rumor control website to combat misinformation and scams spreading about FEMA. In other words, like that flood waters can spread plague. How important is that to get the right information out?
Well, what I would encourage citizens is to first listen to their local officials for the most accurate news. Again, FEMA is not a first responder. Our role is to support state and local partners, and it's important for us to build a clear and consistent message with those partners all the way through. So we have multiple conversations a day trying to identify what rumors may exist and then how to combat them and put them out. But go ahead.
Well, this is the thing about you, Brock. I really enjoy watching interviews with you because you are always seemingly so confident, so calm, and so very much in control. So what concerns you most as you sit here battling 2 hurricanes and another one on deck?
Well, that's a tough question because I really think that we have a long way to go to create a true culture of preparedness within our citizenry in America. And no American, no citizen, no visitor to this country is immune to disaster. And we have a long way to go to get people to understand the hazards based on where they dwell, where they work, and how to be prepared financially, how to be prepared through insurance, how to have continuity of operations plans for their businesses so that we can avoid the suffering and strife and the loss of life. it's truly disappointing that people won't heed the warnings.
Yeah, Administrator, you know, we were talking here about what we've just witnessed because 2 Category 4 storms in the same year, apparently unprecedented, the size of these. How much does climate change play a role in these natural disasters?
Well, regardless of what causes the increase in disasters, I have to be prepared to handle the consequence management of it. And I think that if we look back, I mean, I was very open. I knew coming into this job that the statistics and probability of being hit by a major hurricane were against us. The last time we had been hit was 2005 by Wilma in South Florida, and I was addressing to the staff, listen, I know coming into this job we are going to be hit by major hurricanes. It was like a 1 in 2,000 chance that we actually went 11 years without a major hurricane. So we have to be ready. And the problem is that we continue to build in vulnerable areas. We lack building codes. We lack, we continue to, be our own worst enemy in some cases.
Thank you for taking time to talk to us.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, Brock Long, always in control. Thanks a lot.